Hello, my name is Abraham Glasser. I'm a PhD student at the Rochester Institute of Technology, and I'm here to present Analyzing Deaf and Hard of Hearing Users' Behavior, Usage, and Interaction with a Personal Assistant Device that Understands Sign Language Input. My co-authors for this work are Matthew Watkins, Kira Hart, Sooyeon Lee, and Matt Huenerfauth. The motivation behind this work is that personal assistant devices are traditionally voice-based, and they pose some accessibility barriers for deaf and hard of hearing users. Personal assistant devices are gaining in popularity, and many people own or plan to buy these devices for their home. Voice control is also becoming a ubiquitous interface to technology. There has been prior work on phases of interacting with a personal assistant device, but little with deaf and hard of hearing users. For device activation, prior work used prototypes and discussed with deaf and hard of hearing users their preferences and concerns about waking up a device. Prior work has asked these users to imagine and prioritize some of the commands they would issue to a device. Prior work has asked deaf and hard of hearing users about imagined device output modalities, such as videos of ASL avatars or English captions for the device response. There has also been a call to action for researchers to collect more data, the key bottleneck for sign language technologies. Due to COVID, we used a Wizard of Oz setup via Zoom video conference. The Wizard ASL interpreter has the Alexa device in the room with them, and they're on a Zoom call by audio only. An Alexa device that has a display screen to show its output is viewable in the camera view of the Zoom call. The deaf ASL signing participant joins the Zoom call from their home. There's also a research moderator on the call, guiding the participant through the protocol. The interpreter has their video turned off on Zoom, and Alexa's Zoom instance has the microphone turned off. When the deaf participant signs to Alexa, they don't know that the interpreter is voicing the commands in spoken English to Alexa. A team of annotators watched the recordings of the Zoom call and identified segments of the videos, and they transcribed each command into English and ASL gloss. They noted Alexa's responses, the wake-up commands used by the deaf and hard of hearing user, the category of the command, whether the device made an error, and how people responded. Research question 1 asked how users instinctively wake up the device or initiate a command. Essentially, we discovered some new ways that were not captured in prior work. This picture shows 6 screenshots of different wake signs, and there are more details in the paper. Research question 2A asked, what categories of commands or requests do users produce? And 2B asked, what do these commands look like in ASL? For 2A, this pie chart summarizes our command categories and their frequencies. The most popular was command and control, where users adjusted device settings, navigated through the results, and answered yes or no questions. Next was entertainment-related questions, followed by lifestyle and shopping. Our paper has a detailed table of all categories with descriptions and samples. For 2B, some key findings were that Despite signing into a device, participants made sophisticated use of the space around their bodies. For example, to represent and refer to people or things that were the topic of their questions. We also observed unusual use of a question mark sign at the beginning of yes or no questions, perhaps to call the attention of the device. This sign is usually used at the end of such questions. Our paper discusses more findings, including specific ASL vocabulary participants used for command and control or for responding to device prompts. Research question 3 asked how users recover or respond when there's an error or breakdown in dialogue. Our paper describes various errors that occurred, such as Alexa not giving a result that the user was looking for. And we go into detail how users followed up after these errors. The most popular approach by users was simply to ignore the error and move on to a different command. A close second method was to repeat the command with the exact same wording and signing style, followed by rewording the command. For instance, some reworded their questions to be more English-like, or fingerspelled words for emphasis upon reattempts. Please refer to our paper for more details. In summary, we describe the first observational study of the behavior and interaction of deaf and hard of hearing individuals engaging with a personal assistant that appears to understand ASL. We provide guidance for future designers of this technology and also for creators of sign language recognition technology. We also share our video recordings and accompanying annotations. This will be useful for future HCI research and serves as potential data for sign language recognition researchers. Again, our paper has more detailed results, and we also touch upon limitations of the study and avenues for future research. Thank you.